very warm welcome to the Smart Show here on Smart24. And of course, today a lot is happening. I have a surprise for you in the next few seconds, so keep yourself anxious of what is happening. But before that, I had an opportunity to interact with someone yesterday, and she told me she just got this new job, and there was a number of pressures that almost forced her to quit. Now, in interacting with her, my message was very simple. At this moment, when benefits are coming, do expect the challenge to get harder. But if you quit, it will be a total loss. So it could be you. You could be sitting in your living room, getting ready for work, and you feel the pressure is too much. You feel you have a lot of burden. You feel there is a reason for you to give up. Do not give up. Do not quit, because winners don't quit. It is only losers that quit. The challenges don't get any better. They only get more strong and perhaps even more impactful. The question is, how do you approach it? Otherwise, a very warm welcome. back from that. Of course, like we said before, there is a new queen in the house. I will call her queen for as long as she allows me, of course. Yes, indeed. And of course, this is Arinda Jacqueline. Are you? Oh, there are questions I was going to ask on air. Oh, okay. Yes, I see the signal. Interesting. Oh, interesting. So, Jackie, in our smart updates today, we are going to focus on mostly what has been happening in Kampala, especially yesterday in Kafumbe Mukasa. We saw His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni heading all the way to the city center. Entebbe Road was blocked. We saw a lot of traffic in different areas because roads were blocked and diverted. Traffic was diverted to other areas to allow for the Fountain of Honor to launch the next big project in Kampala before the year closes. And of course,
that means that the jam that has been within Kampala will have at least, we might not say that it is going to go away just like that, no. But at least we expect an improvement, especially with the jam and traffic and business-wise. But Tush, how does a Ugandan benefit? That's the question that everyone wants to know. Despite the launch, despite everything, because we've been seeing the road, actually most people thought it had been launched. Okay, how does a Ugandan benefit from this?
Okay, well, before we go into how the Ugandan benefits, our viewers need to know what was launched actually.
Oh, the flyover.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, indeed. So he launched the flyover, and abatakimanyi flyover zenguudo zino eziyita ku nguudo zinaazo ng'obeera ng'ali mu ggulu wansi waliwo oluguudo mwetoolera bwetooloozi. When you go to Nairobi, these are some of the most interesting things you will keep your eyes glued on. They have flyovers in the city center. When you go to Ruaka, there are flyovers. When you go to this side where there is a Kenya Law School, Professor Lumumba's school, PLO school, you'll find that there are almost flyovers on every angle. So Uganda is reaching that level of industrial development where we see this year alone a number of projects have happened, and as the year closes, a $295 billion project was launched, and this was the flyover. Now, to answer your question of the impact, it may be also important to look at the highlights of the launch itself.
Okay.
One, it was revealed at the launch that the road network alone is going to expand. The flyover will connect Clock Tower to Nsambya. It will connect to Mukwano, and of course they are saying that Mukwano Road alone will be expanded to see that it has a dual lane. 4 vehicles should be able to fit. Yes.
That means that that's two-way.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now, the other highlight in it is the president went ahead to advise on different ways of managing this establishment once it comes into play. For starters, his comment about border borders, I know, scared many border riders.
Because he was like, it is not good for one border to be having at least two. You know, they want that section where you have at least 4.
Yes.
4 passengers, so that you reduce on the jam. Because if one border guy has like 4 passengers, it means that you will have saved like about 4, the other 3 actually. Yes, the other 3 borders, and that reduces the jam.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, but one thing that Tush, we should also look at, does that also include the space for the stages? Because border that carries about 4 passengers, that means it will occupy a bigger space.
Yes, it's almost the size of a vehicle.
How many stages are we going to have here? And what are the parking rules? Are we going to have border stages parked at every street? Because that also increases jam, to my understanding.
Yes, indeed. Well, for starters, again, I don't know what the development analysts will advise the president on this issue. Of course, it must be noted that some time back, KCCA alone used to collect close to 3 billion Ugandan shillings from border taxes alone, until there was a directive that they be exempted from taxes. Now, the president perhaps is looking at a situation where, by then looking at a situation where the border man carried only one passenger, they spent, well, presumably a lot in the process, and they earned little. So it was not fair to tax them. What is happening today? With this advice, it is assumed that, perhaps it's a question, will we go back to taxing borders? And if taxes be collected, can some of that money be committed to setting up well-established stages for them?
For the border. That means, oh yes, I think it would work out well, but my only question here is, are the border guys informed about this? Do they know the benefits of it? If there is a border man out there that is watching, agenda kufuniramu atya, like agenda kufuniramu wa, because bringing the policy is not a problem.
Yes.
But sometimes when you bring this policy and you don't sensitize people and inform people how it will work and how they will benefit, it might not work out well.
Yes, indeed.
Soon you'll see people on the streets demonstrating and the chaos around because of such policy. So that's why I want you to look at this whole project from the start to the end. Yes, we have launched a flyover. Yes, the border stages will be probably reduced, the number, blah, blah, blah. But the question here is, do the border guys and other Ugandans understand the benefits they're going to get from the flyover?
Well, again, that is to me a subjective question. They themselves ought to tell us whether they understand this. However, I will attempt to respond to that this way. One, the first time when we heard about tukutukus, it must be noted that border men came out to dispute them. Why? They said they were taking away their clients.
But I thought they would be in the same industry, in the same field. If everyone had a tukutuku,
that would work if you think these people get the tukutukus for free. Njagala ojjukire nti owa boda watukira ku kkubo olumu ne boda gy'akozesa siyiye nga yagijje mu looni ku banka bamuwadde looni n'agula boda ate kakati ate omuze mu looni ddala agende agule butukutuku. Naye president kye yagambye nti kijja kumuyamba wano we yandibadde afuna 5,000 okuva e Nakawa paka mu kikuubo ku muntu omu n'akozesa amafuta tugeze ga 500. Wano akyakozesa amafuta ga 500 asitula abantu nga 4 gy'emitwalo 2, which is more money. So njagala otegeere nti n'owoba wa boda I know at some point kijja kukunyigiriza obala nti ate ngende mu kugula egundi empya ate funa license, number plate, and all those are processes that require money.
But that's fine. Let's get back to the flyover. And as much as the president launched it, there is also a chance. I call it a chance because this is Uganda.
Yes,
you never know what can happen.
Yes,
but Ugandans will benefit approximately about 60 billion from it.
Yes, indeed.
But how do Ugandans benefit from it? From the people that will be providing their services. Me, I love eating, by the way, to start with.
Okay. Now I know how to sort you out when the time is right.
Yeah, so leaving alone eating, because I know service providers, yes, people who are going to be working on that road.
Yes.
I'll be feeding the people that will be working there.
Yes.
How about people that supply but cement, we make cement from Uganda. So everyone should look for a way how to benefit, how to tap into that project so that you benefit.
Yes, indeed. Of course, when we talk about 295 billion being committed to this project, and I need to correct, I think I said $1 billion initially. It's billion shillings.
$1 billion. How much money would
that would be more than 5 trillion Ugandan shillings, of course. Yeah, but in this case, it is 295 billion Ugandan shillings. Now, we assume that all that money some will go into buying the capital, the capital assets needed to set up these establishments. For example, and I hope they will not tell us they're buying new machinery, because these companies that are being contracted are from Japan. They've contracted a Japanese company to come and do the construction, and we assume they already have their own machinery. Now, part of the money will go into paying them, and like you said, it is not yet confirmed. It is our projection and perhaps our request. Could more than, yes, and prayer. Because this is a Ugandan thing, and under normal circumstances, you see these expatriates coming to work. The moment they get paid, the money is repatriated back to their economies. So at some point, it becomes a loss to the national economy if you have more people sending money back home from where they come from, now in this case Japan, and less coming in.
That's true.
Yes.
But I think as much as they can bring expatriates, but one thing I know is that abasima bacha kuba bafe.
Of course, some government engineers will also be on the project,
and they will benefit from it. But I want people to look at it in a positive way, so that you before they look for you, make yourself available.
Yes, indeed.
Know what you have and how it can benefit these people, and make calls.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, you can ask, and you ask Tush, are you the one working on this contract? How can I get in? Yes, don't wait. Don't wait for people to call you, because they might not.
You know, these things have legal procedures.
Yes, they have.
The legal procedures in this case is a bid.
Yes,
they need to submit bids. Of course, the jobs must be advertised first of all, because if we have these cases of people going through the back.
Trish, what I mean is, I've seen people who miss out. Where they will beat out everything and people don't read newspapers, but someone will call you and say, Tush, kafulu me, peji, noneno, yangwa. You get the whole point.
Yes.
That is when you connect yourself to people who are relevant.
Yes, indeed.
People who will keep you posted. But Tush, and you wait for people to call you, or you wait for an advert. But I'm sure when you connect and know who is in, how do I get, is it the minister of what, is it what, who is working where, that way, that's how you get connected, not the back door, because the back door you want.
I mean, that is corruption.
You want.
It is nepotism. It is favoritism. And at the end of the day, it presents an unfair deal to the rest of the public. Yes. Away from that, people, let us remember that the main objective of this flyover is to check the traffic issues we have in Kampala, for starters, but more importantly, to reduce traffic jam, because the biggest traffic issue we have in Kampala is traffic jam. So for the fact that we have a lot of automobiles on the road, we have vehicles, we have border borders, and that's why he's advising that one way of reducing the border borders is to have tukutuku. We have taxis. Oh my God, taxis are everywhere. Taxis will even come to a pavement where someone is supposed to walk, and the guy is, yes, exactly, and he parks. So that alone increases the traffic jam. Now, what is he advising for the taxis? The president mentioned that by the time the flyover is completed, there will be a plan to see that buses are utilized in the city center much more than taxis. This is also another way of reducing the traffic jam. Yes, because
it is. It's not that I'm looking at it in a different way, but I would prefer it if anything is to come out, it comes out up to the end, so that we understand what exactly is happening. Because if you say the buses also, they have a plan for them, and yet the bus parks, most of the bus parks are based here in town. How are you going to reduce that jam?
Well,
I have so many questions.
Like I said, that's something for them.
Yes, I'm putting myself in that position of someone watching us and is asking themselves, how are we going to benefit? Because that's the question. How are you going to benefit? How are you going to solve this? If you say you're reducing jam by the bringing the tukutuku, then the border guy has also questions. If you're talking about buses, if you're talking about traffic jam in town, think about it. How are we going to get it out?
Let me tell you something. If we started this show at around 10, to get to this studio alone, it would require us to get on the road by 7, latest 8. Why? Because by this time, if you unfortunately, well, if we could, we would get you some footage, and you see, by this time, people are already filling up the city center. In Chikuba alone, as we speak, people are coming up to unpack. Traffic jam is already building up. Now, what happens when there is traffic jam? If you have an appointment, you won't be able to make it in time.
That is true.
And this appointment could be worth 1,000 shillings or 1,000 US
If
dollars.
you're delivering.
Yes, if you're delivering, the people you're delivering your supplies to will not be able to get the whatever you're supplying to them in time. And in fact, I know very many people who end up firing their employees because they have reached late at work. Like I said, if this show started at 10, to make sure you're in the studio, to be on a safe
You wake
side,
up at 7.
Exactly. Now imagine a situation where, what normally causes this traffic jam? You have a park of so many tiny cars in the same area, in the name of taxis, then you have saloons and other sorts of vehicles. Then you also have these big fat trucks, you know, the general merchandise trucks also filling up the city center on the same road. Then where a human being would say, let me move out of the taxi and walk very fast
And get
to
a
work,
border.
you will still find that borders are everywhere, very many of them. So what is the logic in having tukutukus or a tukutuku-like border replace the normal TVSs and Bajajs? One, will have less TVS and Bajaj standalones and more space, all right, for pedestrians to take a walk. Perhaps I'm seeing them also filling up the space, the equal space of a vehicle, a saloon, like you said at some point. But then two, you have less taxis and more buses. You get it? Where you would have a bus, let us say 63 carrier, where you would have, the other one is a 14 carrier, this is a 63 carrier. So you would have more people filling the bus, less taxis in the city center, and I don't know what criteria they will use to reduce that, but I feel at some point the traffic jam will reduce. People will be able to get their goods delivered in time. Suppliers will be able to do their work very well.
Tush will reach at work in time.
Tush will reach at work in time.
But Tush, I'm going to tell you something.
Yes, please.
As much as we all know the traffic and everything, it's because of space, maybe many borders or vehicles on the road, blah, blah, blah. But we also have poor driving that comes up.
Yes, indeed.
We also, me at one point, I think sometimes the jam is not caused by so many vehicles on the road.
Yes, indeed.
Poor parking. You find a car parked this side, the other side it's also parked, and this is a two-way. A two-way now is minimized to one way.
Yes.
You get the whole point? Then we also have these big trucks that we thought they would use the northern bypass that side, but they are in town.
They are in town, yes.
Now, by the time you think about it, you sit down and you're like, as much as the flyover is here, how about such little few things that we have to clean out?
Well, I wish we could understand that this is an ecosystem. Everything depends upon one or the other. But more importantly, it has been said by policy analysts that the initial development structure of Kampala was poorly planned.
Oh,
So at some point, however much we may want to critically iron out some of these issues, the logical thing would be for one, Kampala to be depopulated into other urban centers, and for people to leave Kampala to go to other urban centers, the same priority resources being given to Kampala could be shifted to other centers. Let us take an example of Jinja. Jinja has a lot of potential to take on Kampala's population. In fact, it was at one point the hub of Uganda's business.
That's
that
very
Jinja
true.
you see there. When Indians occupied the place before the 1970s, the place was organized and it had a very good plan back then.
business-wise.
Yes, business-wise. Go to Masaka. There is potential there. Okay, so why are we even going very far? Go to Wakiso. There is a lot of untapped urbanization potential in other areas. So for some of the issues that we are attempting to analyze as for the population of Kampala, the traffic jam and so on and so forth, the reality is people are going to keep coming into Kampala. The rural-urban migration is going to keep happening. But more importantly, all these projects being concentrated in Kampala means business will only be concentrated in one area. The logical thing, in my opinion still, would be to shift to other to other urban centers.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, Tush, when we are, if we are to talk about this, it will take on and on.
Yes,
and
indeed.
And on.
Yes,
so
indeed.
for that matter, therefore, the point is the flyover was launched by the president. So
yes.
It is now up to you to think about it, whether you want to have it your way or have it the policy way.
Yes, indeed.
Right? Then I think we should have the fuel prices
yes, indeed.
right about now.
That is expected to cost close to 300 billion Ugandan shillings, well, specifically 295 billion Ugandan shillings. And it is expected that this project will reduce traffic jam in the city center. But Jackie, as you may be aware, in 2018 alone, we have seen the government of Uganda embark on a number of projects, and these projects have one way or the other made the former executive director Jennifer Musisi proud mother of the city center at some point. Obviously, politicians will say she has done nothing, but the reality is
she has. Yes, she has done wonders. Actually, if people, it's according how you look at it.
Yes.
Me, I salute Jennifer Musisi.
Me too.
She has done a lot for Kampala.
Yes, indeed. Now, just so you know, our dear viewers, you can follow us. You can follow this conversation on social media. We are on Twitter at S24TV. I am at Ronald Tush on Twitter. Are you on Twitter, sweetheart?
Yes, I am on Twitter, Jacqueline Arenda. But then we have Yvonne, of course, who is she's in Nakuru right now, and she'll be coming on air with the news. Okay, but I'm on Twitter.
Yes,
Don't
indeed.
worry. I'm on Facebook.
And Facebook?
Jacqueline Arinda.
Jacqueline Arinda. Of course, Facebook for me is Ronald Tush. Of course, don't forget the station page on Facebook is smart24 TV. Now, like you've said, we have Yvonne. Let us have Yvonne right now with those news updates. A very good morning to you, Yvonne.
Good morning. We thank you for rising up with S24 TV, and this is the news update. Now, the Norway offers 45 billion shillings. Now, Uganda has received a grant of 12.5 million US dollars. That's about 45 billion shillings from the Norway government to strengthen the development of oil and gas sector. The finance minister, Mattia Kasaija, and Susan Eke, the Norwegian ambassador to Uganda, signed the grant agreement at the ministry headquarters yesterday. The government has set 2021 as the date for commercial production of oil in the country, and the building of an oil pipeline to Tanga and construction of a refinery in Hoima are due to commence next year. Now, URA has unveiled a 140 billion building headquarter yesterday, and the Uganda Revenue Authority is set to save more than 3 billion Ugandan shillings following a decision to move all its branches in Kampala to the new headquarters in Nakawa. Over the weekend, URA unveiled a 139 billion shilling skyscraper as their new head office. Seruma told Smart TV that renting the previous office space was a very high cost to the taxpayer. All the URA offices, which were previously at Crested Towers, House of Hope in Kororo, UAP Business Park Nakawa, and URA Training School Lugogo, will now be under one roof at the headquarters in Nakawa. The new 22-story building was wholly funded by the government of Uganda and boasts of amazing facilities and will thus offer a more conducive work environment for the staff.
The cost of revenue collection is a standard measure for efficient tax administration, and we've not been doing very well on this because our cost of collection has been very high, particularly because most of the areas where we operate, we've been renting. As you're aware, in Kampala, we've been renting at Crested Towers, 9 floors. We've been occupying 9 floors. We've been renting at Nakawa Business Park. We've been renting in about 3 or 4 places in Kampala and a host of other places. Now, I would like to take this opportunity to let the public know that through the government of Uganda funding, we have been able to shift to a new building, the URA Tower, which has been fully funded by the government of Uganda. The area which we've been able to focus on this year is the introduction of non-intrusive devices at the border stations in Malaba and in Busia. Now, what this means is that when the containers come in Malaba, we've installed high-tech scanners which are able to, you drive through your truck and the scanner is able to scan the goods and services. Now, of course, for the public, people think we are simply looking at revenue. I just would like the public to know, when we do our work as URA, we do not only look at revenue, we also look at issues of protecting society. So the scanners which have been installed in Malaba have given us insight into things which come in the country. Sometimes people traffic drugs, sometimes people bring in weapons. So those scanners are able to improve efficiency. First of all, for the compliant taxpayer, we're able to see what you're carrying and actually give you quick clearance.
Now, the Uganda Revenue Authority has also launched an online digital platform to handle its auctioning function. The development means that those who want to buy items on auction must do it online. Now, according to the Commission for Customs, Dickson Kateshumbwa, the guidelines that URA has set are to ensure that the bonded warehouses improve their services and become more accessible. Charles Rumanyika, the manager for customs audit, said the online platforms will monitor the auctioning process in a transparent manner. Now, we thank you so much for watching S24 TV and raising with us. The Smart Rise team is still with you in Chikubo. And Tush, over to you.
Smart24 TV on the Smart Rise show, of course.
Oh, yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, my name is Jacqueline Narina, and this is Tush. We will be bringing you everything that you want to know in the business world every morning.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now, speaking of projects, like we had said before, this year has seen a number of projects happening, especially in Kampala, of course, even to other areas. Now, in other areas alone, we've had one-stop borders, finance by trademark, East Africa. We've had road renovations. We've had traffic lights, dams being set up. But in Kampala alone, in the year 2018, we've seen the road network being increased. In 2011, a study by KCCA indicated that we had a road network of 1,200 kilometers.
Okay.
But in 2015, a revision was done to indicate that the road network had grown to 2,110 kilometers. Now, this year alone, KCCA has increased the road network by 210 kilometers, and of course they have also going to renovate the already existing gravel roads of about 500 kilometers.
Which is not bad, by
Yes,
the way.
yes, indeed.
But when we look at the roads themselves and other, like the traffic lights that were installed, that's also an achievement for Kampala, because that will control the traffic jam that you insisted on. And yes, and for pedestrians, the traffic lights buttons also, that is something that Kampala should be jubilating about.
Yes, indeed.
That is coming. But we see Mr. Chitaka, who is the KCCA Director of Engineering and Technical Services, was saying that other roads for rehabilitation include Nakawa, Ntinda.
Yes, yes. Now, speaking of traffic lights, roads, and other establishments, of course, we'll be talking about the CCTV cameras as another issue that has been happening in Kampala. I know everyone is talking about the eyes that are watching them. I even had rumors recently that people are already stealing traffic lights. People, Ugandans, this is our country. Stop vandalizing our things. The roads benefit you.
Who is our?
Hey,
because you're saying Ugandans stop, and then you caption our.
This is our country. So let us not vandalize our own property. Bw'obeera mu nnyumba nga egwa genda ogisulamu. Naye n'okwata ekitanda n'okimenya. N'okwata entebe gy'olirako emmere n'okimenya. Olugi n'olumenya. What kind of patriotism are we showing?
I'll sleep at the neighbors.
Iya mawuranga wanja kuzaala tarebire muntu. Sleep at the neighbors. Tugende Kenya.
Yeah, but I think when it comes to Ugandans, they don't think beyond the country. They will steal the camera, and at the end of the day, when their relative is affected, they will say the government is not one.
But Jackie, I don't even see the logic. How do you steal a camera looking at you?
It's not the logic. By the way, you should be saluting Ugandans that they are too sharp, and probably this is...
I will not salute any thief.
This is prison break, another part where
I will not salute any thief.
No, they should put that energy in something else. If you can steal a camera and no one...
a camera
looking at you, but I'm telling you, don't you think it is interesting?
That is why I'm going to go out of my way and mention something on my own as Tush. I suspect...
Declare.
Yes, this is not an opinion of the station. It is my own as Tush. I suspect that the people who vandalize this equipment are the same people who set them up.
No.
Because how does a local Ugandan know where to turn off the camera from so that he can climb up, remove it? There was a time when a study indicated that they stole their own traffic lights. Why? They would put on umeme jackets, come with a vehicle, even during broad daylight when people are watching, they come with a pickup, get up there, erect a crane, go up, pull out the light, close, and walk away without anyone saying anything about
Let me
them.
tell you something, Tush. They say internet is your friend. When they say internet is your friend, it means, Tush, you can learn about anything without even... I don't think it's the same people that come back and take these lights. Though I'm not saying
I suspect.
I'm not saying
I
the other
suspect.
ones. I know you suspect, but all I'm trying to say is that you can Google, you can do anything and learn something new.
Google how to steal. Ugandans need to swallow. But you know, these things are for us to benefit. We need to resolve
I'm
our
not
national
defending
problem.
you, but Uganda Jonanje Muli njagala mbategeeze nti ekintu ky'okubba naddala bino ebintu tuyitaasanga ffe abantu kati bwe bamala okutta omuntu wo you come back and then you say the government is not working. Ojagamba nti bamusenga
And this
baliwa.
is not even about the government. Banne njagala mbategeeze. Buli lwe bagamba nti project etugeze kati ya flyover bagambye ya buwumbi 295, that is 295 billion shillings. As a sente newankubadde lumuzijanga looni oluvannyuma lwagyo egwazisasulira nakugamba buli lwokwata sente siringi 10 n'ogenda wali kaduuka ka Naalongo n'ogula ekibiriiti osasudde omusolo n'obanga oyagala n'obanga toyagala gw'alina omulimu n'atalina mulimu mwenna musasula omusolo. As long as you are taking part in the transactionary practices in this economy, you pay taxes. Era oluvannyuma lwa byonna obuzibu bugenda koma kuffe nga ife abalina osasula. So wabba ekintu manya kigenda kukosa. The Chinese alone, yes, the Chinese loan alone, it is said, will take Uganda's 95 years to facilitate.
Okay.
Manya nti ojja kufa olekewo abaana bo babonaabone n'amabanja banna ebintu bino tetubibba biyamba ffe biyamba business you making sure nti otuukirwako services reach you in time, services reach you with quality, services reach you with good precision.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Well, apart from that, I think we have to look at drainage and then we finalize with the projects that have been in Kampala, right?
Yes,
we
indeed.
look at several drainage channels that have been completed to curb flooding in the city.
Yes, indeed.
You know, a lot of people have been complaining about the flooding and everything, and they wondered whether the drainage system in Kampala is up to date.
Yes, indeed.
Because when it floods every day, business-wise, every person in town, business has to be on hold until the rain is done.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, let us take a short break. We are going to have our market prices, and of course, away from that, we'll have a few updates, but most importantly, the moment you've all been waiting for, Queen, they don't listen. Franca Igwa Joy Angeles, I'm not a public relations officer of MOBS. I'm a product of MOBS.
Let me tell you.
I'm a product of MOBS, and I am proud in MOBS.
Yakugambye kasita ofuluma essomero ko kasita osomera mu ssomero oba ofuusa ambasada ekyo tewali awakanya
ky'okolanga era bye naadinjukira byadde bisaleko kubanga even ambassadors have limits. No, the rules are clear.
Protecting ekintu kyo.
Anyway, that's a debate. Gogena kugenda ne Frank question. However, that expect Frank is already here. Of course, during the Smart Talk today, they have a very wonderful topic for you. I'm not asking you to tell us what it is because it's a very big surprise. Stay tuned. Let's have the market prices, and of course, let's come back with Yvonne.
abantu baffe abawi b'omusolo nga tebayawula wakati w'omusolo ogwa rental tax n'omusolo ogwe tuyita property tax oba ground rent ogukuŋŋaanyizibwa local government. Naye property tax oba ground rent gwe musolo ogukuŋŋaanyizibwa eza gavumenti ez'ebitundu mwoba ekizimbe mwe kibeera oba ennyumba zo mwe ziba ziri. Naye rental tax gwe musolo ogukuŋŋaanyizibwa Uganda Revenue Authority. Omusolo guno gukuŋŋaanyizibwa ku eri oyo alina ekizimbe kyajjamu ssente oba kyapangisa abantu oba ekibangirizi kiyinza oba ekibangirizi nga wateekawo abantu bakolerawo emikolo ng'ojjamu ssente. Awo essente zo amagoba g'oba ofunye kwe bajja essente ezikkirizibwa z'olina okusigaza $2,882,000 ezo teziggyibwako musolo ne 20% ekkirizibwanga ensaasaanya gy'okusiza okuleeta bizinensi yeeno okubanga ekola. Kati balance asigaddewo kubanga osasula ebitundutundu 20%. Tusanze nti abantu bangi balina ennyumba ez'abapangisa naye nga babadde tebeewandiisizza. Naye njagala okusaba bannayuganda ffenna tuwandiise ennyumba zaffe, tuwandiise bizinensi zaffe, kubanga bwe tuziwandiisa ne tusasula omusolo guno ka pasente ako katuyamba okuba nti tufuna services ezikuleeta naawe okuba nti ennyumba yo bwebanga waliwo enguudo ezigituukako n'emiwendo gy'abapangisa gy'obasalira gisobola okuba nga gyeyongerako kubanga waliwo facilities kubanga abajja okupangisa ennyumba yo baagala bagisanga engeri sekiwa waliwo enguudo so buli lwe tusasula omusolo gwe tulina okusasula kireeta gavumenti okutuuza obuvunaanyizibwa bwayo okuba nti ebizimbe byaffe byongera omuwendo olw'okuba nti waliwo enguudo ne services abantu bebaba nga bafuna. Finally, we are coming to the end of the financial year, and first and foremost I would like to thank the Smart TV for being able to come on board, particularly to provide prominence on business.
My name is Jacqueline Narina and you're watching Smart24 television. With me here, I have Frank.
Gashumba.